Okay, Amit, socialism?
So you've actually hit a hot button for me. This really triggers me, this particular term, because in India it is almost used in a benign way, where people just assume that, oh, socialism means what is good for society.
Like public goods?
You like public.
Is
So
my trigger.
is your trigger. So why are you triggering yourself, Ajesha? But anyway, I will trigger myself. So socialism, people imagine, oh, what is good for society? What is wrong in that? It's a good thing. That is why the state should work, etc., etc. And I want to point out that no, it is not that. It has a specific meaning in political science. The people who shaped our republic were aware of this. As I will point out later, B.R. Ambedkar had some non-complimentary things to say about socialism as well. But let's first go to a definition of socialism, which really sums up what it is all about. I'll read that out. Socialism is a broad political and economic ideology that advocates for collective or state ownership of the means of production with the goal of reducing or eliminating inequality and ensuring that wealth and power are fairly distributed. Stop quote. So this is important. It talks about a collective ownership of property. In the case of communism, the state kind of owns everything. But in the case of socialism, there are degrees of this. Now, we have planned a future episode where we will talk about the importance of private property, how that concept evolved and why it's important and essential to human progress. And socialism doesn't understand that truth and disrespects that truth. And the idea is that the means of production should be owned by the state and then used for the good of the people. Noble intentions, outcomes end up being terrible. Now, what are sort of the fundamental aspects of socialism? There are 4 aspects of socialism which to me make for a complete definition. Number 1, public ownership of resources, again to different degrees. So democratic socialism, Marxist socialism might differ on degree, but to a large extent the state owns a lot of the resources and owns a lot of property, and there's not that much respect for private property. Number 1, public ownership of resources. Number 2, a redistribution of these resources to bring about equal outcomes. Number 3, a planned economy. Because everything is top down, you have to plan an economy from the top down and make sure everything works.
Once you control everything, you then plan it.
Correct. You control everything and then you plan it so everything is going well. Evil capitalists or private parties who don't care about others can't mess things up. And the 4th is actually a series of intentions that we would not really disagree with. Prosperity, equality, blah, blah, blah. We would agree with those, except that none of those intentions are actually achieved by socialism. In fact, they are hurt. It is the opposite. That's why we made that point at the start, that you have to judge policies and actions by their outcomes and not their intentions. So this is sort of one way of summing up what socialism means in a political theory context.